Before I was a yoga teacher on a beach in Greece, I was a registered nurse in the States, and I was so burnt out. And yin yoga was the one thing that always helped me come back to myself. In yin, we hold postures for an extended period of time to give ourselves and our bodies an extra opportunity to release any tension in the body and in the mind. So if this content resonates with you, please subscribe and comment on my channel. It's so lovely to have you here. You won't need any props for this practice today. We're going to begin on the floor, and we're going to stay mostly on the floor. Grab your water, unroll your mat, and let's begin. We're going to begin laying on our backs. You can keep your legs extended long, or you can bend your knees and plant your feet on the mat. Just tuning into the natural rhythm of your breath, noticing the inhale and the exhale. And then go ahead and extend your feet long if they're bent. Bring your hips over to the right side of your mat. Bring your legs over to the left side. You can cross your right foot over your left ankle. Bring your arms overhead and bring them over to the left. You can use your right hand to support your left wrist, providing a gentle stretch here through the right side of the body. Coming into our banana pose, shaping our bodies like a crescent moon. Inhaling deeply and exhale. Begin to soften and relax in this pose. Take one more deep breath here in this pose. And as you exhale, slowly begin to release your arms. Use your hands to support you as you bring your hips over to the left edge of your mat. Bring your feet over to the right, arms overhead also coming over to the right. And you can cross your left foot over your right ankle, or you can leave them uncrossed. Using your right hand to grab onto your left wrist, providing a gentle pull as you open up through the left side of your rib cage, your hip, your shoulder. Staying with your breath, using the exhale to soften and begin to feel your body release. We'll take 2 more breaths here in this pose, noticing how your body begins to soften over time. And then release, bring your arms back down by your sides, bring your hips to center, and just relax, take a moment to reset. Bring your left knee in towards your chest, wrapping your hands across your knee or your shin. And then begin to circle out that hip, making these circles as big or as small as you need them to be. Do about 4 circles in each direction. And switch directions when you're ready. moving slowly and mindfully as you open up the left hip. And keep that knee in towards your chest. You can shift your hips over to the left side of your mat as you begin to bring that left knee across towards the right, opening up the left arm towards the left. And you can look over towards your left fingertips, coming over into this twist. If this is uncomfortable on your lower back, you can bring both knees together, or you can place a block underneath your left knee or your left shoulder. Finding your place of comfort in this pose, remembering that discomfort is okay, but pain is not. So if you're ever in any pain, back out of the pose a little bit, grab a prop, or come into a more comfortable position for your body. Take one more deep breath here in this twist. And as you exhale, slowly begin to come out of this pose, rolling back onto your back. We're going to switch legs. So now extend your left leg long, bring your right knee in towards your chest, and then begin to circle out that right hip. Moving in either direction, we're going to switch. So just do 4 in the direction you're moving. And then switch when you're ready. Again, making these circles big or small. Just bringing some blood flow into that hip. And when you're complete, bring your hip slightly over to the right to give yourself some space on the mat as you guide your right knee down to the mat, extending your right arm over to the right. And again, you can keep one knee bent or both knees bent. You can place a block between your knees or underneath your right shoulder as you gently begin to look over towards your right fingertips and drop that right shoulder down towards the mat. Staying with your breath, allowing your exhale to be a gateway for release, giving your body time, giving your body oxygen, embracing the stillness, and just noticing how your mind and your body respond over time. Taking your final breath here in this twist, and then slowly making your way onto your back. Extend your feet long on the mat. You can bring your arms overhead. Just stretch out, whatever feels good. Take a moment to rest and reset before we go into the next pose. And next, we're going to come into our fish pose. So if you have fish pose within your range of motion, you can go ahead and slide your hands underneath your glutes and lean back. Otherwise, we're going to try this modification where we keep our hands planted on the mat. Your elbows can be underneath your shoulders or just a little bit in front. And then begin to open as you crane the chin up to the sky, gently opening up the chest in this mild back bend. And you can keep your legs extended, or you can bend your knees and plant your feet on the mat. Inhaling deeply, exhale as you open. One more deep breath in this pose. And as you exhale, slowly begin to come out. Bring your chin towards your chest and then push up. We're going to keep our legs extended and we're going to stretch out the hamstrings next. So keep your feet in front of you and flexed. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, lengthen the spine as you begin to fold from the hips, coming down into this forward fold. You can keep your hands on the mat, on your shins, or on your feet or your ankles, whatever's comfortable. And we're not pulling, we're just allowing the upper body to soften over top of the legs. Inhale and exhale. Allow yourself to be fully present in this moment, focusing on the breath, noticing where in the body you're feeling tense. And if you can focus on one area of the body that you're feeling tension, begin to breathe deeply as if the inhalation is emanating from that space. And as you exhale, just feel the tension coming out of that area of your body. And we'll take 2 more breaths here in this fold. And when you're ready, slowly begin to come out of this pose. Bring your hands behind your hips with your fingertips facing towards your toes and open up the chest by bringing the chin up towards the sky. Just take a breath here and release. We're going to come onto our hands and knees with our knees stacked underneath our hips and our hands planted underneath our shoulders. And then we're going to flip our hands so that our fingertips are facing towards our knees, stretching out the forearms. You can rock back and forth or just begin to shift the hips back a little bit as you open up the forearms, stretching out the wrists. Take a few breaths here. And slowly begin to release. You can shake out your wrists or press some fists into the mat. You can bring the backs of your hands onto the mat. Just loosen up the wrists a little bit after that long hold. And then inhale as you arch the back, coming into a cat-cow. Exhale as you round the spine. Inhale, spread the shoulder blades, drop the chest down to the mat, chin up to the sky. And exhale, rounding the back and the upper body. One more. And then walk your hands back towards your body. Come up onto your knees. Bring the left foot forward. Plant the foot on the mat. Opening up in a lunge here. You can rock back and forth a few times, just opening up the front of that right leg. And what we're going to do today is stretch out the psoas muscle. So it's going to be a modified lunge, and you may have to make some micro adjustments for your body. Bring your left foot underneath your left knee, plant your hands on top of your left knee, and then begin to tuck your chin towards your chest. So your right knee should be stacked right under your right hip and your right shoulder right on top of that. And if you need to move that right knee forwards or backwards, or that left foot forwards or backwards, just make any adjustments you need to, so that as you tuck your chin towards your chest, you begin to feel this magical release coming out of the right psoas. Breathing deeply, we'll stay here for another 30 seconds. So just play around with this pose and see what feels good on your body. And on your next exhale, go ahead and bring your left foot back to meet the right knee. Bring your right foot forward, coming into this lunge on the right side, opening up the front of that left leg and hip, maybe rocking a couple times, moving at your own pace. And when you're ready, you can come into that micro adjustment that's needed for your body. So whether that means that your left knee is underneath that left hip or slightly in front or behind, plant your hands on top of your right knee and tuck your chin towards your chest. Just seeing how this feels on the opposite side of the body, fine-tuning this so that you can get a nice release from your psoas. And slowly come out of this pose. Bring your right knee onto the mat. So both knees are on the mat, about hip width distance apart. And we're going to come into our camel pose. So I'm going to tuck my toes underneath my heels and reach back and grab onto the heels. If this is something you're not sure you have the range for, bring your hands onto your lower back. Slowly begin to come into a back bend. And if you're able, bring your feet onto your heels, or you can bring your hands onto blocks. Open up the shoulders, open up the chest as you bring the chin up to the sky, pushing the hips forward, opening up the body as you breathe deeply. Just one more breath here. And when you're ready, bring your hands onto the lower back to support yourself as you come out of this pose. And next, we're going to come into a child's pose. So keep your knees wide on the mat, big toes to touch. Drop your forehead down towards the mat as you extend your arms long, grounding through your palms, bringing your chest down towards the earth. Inhaling deeply into the abdomen, pushing the belly out, and exhale, release. Take one more big breath here. And slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your body. We're going to come into a frog pose. So you can come to the length of your mat. Since I'm on the sand, I'm just going to go ahead and go for it here. So what we're doing is bringing our knees out to the sides. We want to keep them as best as we can in line with the hips as we begin to open up the inner thighs. Our feet are back in line with our knees. And you can keep your feet flexed or relaxed. You can come down on your forearms, or you can come all the way down as you extend your arms long, pushing through the knees as you open up the inner thighs, opening up the hips, breathing deeply. Take one more breath in this pose. And then slowly begin to walk your hands towards your body. Bring your knees back towards the hips so they're about hip width distance apart. Come down onto your forearms and just rock side to side so that you can loosen up your hips after that deep stretch. Just take a moment to sway back and forth. And then come onto your glutes. Keep your knees bent and your feet planted on the mat. Windshield wiper your legs over to the left and then over to the right, dropping the right leg down on the mat as it is, sweeping the left leg behind you. And you can keep that right front leg parallel with the foot in line with the knee, or you can bring the foot closer towards the body. And that back left leg is just grounded behind you. Doesn't need to be in any specific position, whatever's comfortable. Coming down to our deer pose. And if this is really tight on your hips, you might find it easier to keep your right foot in towards your body. You can come down onto your forearms as you breathe deeply into the right glute, the right piriformis, and the entire right leg. Slowly coming up out of this pose. And go ahead and bring both knees up. We'll switch sides just by dropping the left knee over to the opposite direction. So this time the left leg is in front. Again, you can keep that foot parallel or you can bring it towards your body. Right leg is swept behind you in no particular form or fashion. Coming all the way down onto your elbows or with your arms extended long if you can. Whatever your range of motion is today, just stay here and breathe. Noticing how this feels on the left side as opposed to the right side. And then slowly come out of this pose. We're going to plant both feet on the mat as we windshield wipe the legs over to the right and then back over to the left. And do this as many times as you feel like you need right now. I'm going to do this about 3 times in each direction. And if you'd like, come down into a Shavasana. Or if you'd like to finish off this practice now together, come into a seated position. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale, bring your arms up to the sky, palms together, and then bring your hands down over your forehead and your third eye, and over your heart chakra. Thank you so much for your practice today. Namaste.